So most people are still under MK Ultra. Generally, on this planet, we are put under mind control and abused, satanic ritually tortured. And a lot of people know and do nothing about it and say nothing about it and just go along with it and participate. Yeah, I'm a mess right now. I'm like getting ready for bed. So like, yeah, don't mind me. Also, I feel like crap because my homeopath gave me too strong of a remedy and will not antidote it. So I've been kind of trying to antidote it on my own, as I mentioned in the last video. But anyway, so we're basically put under mind control and abused. And most people have no idea. They just think this is life and this is normal. And those of us who have figured it out, sometimes we end up being targeted because, they're trying to get us to submit, to break us, to get us to shut up, or whatever the case may be, for whatever reason you were being targeted. So it's just like, oh, you're under mind control and being abused? Great. Oh, you're not under mind control anymore? Well, we're just going to abuse you more. And I was wondering, we know through all these experiments, all this abuse, all these torture, all these years on this planet, we know, or they know, a lot about us. In terms of how we act, our behaviors, our psychology. There are things that we don't know about ourselves as humans that they know. And I don't know if that information is ever going to be released to the public. I mean, I'm sure some of it will be. I don't know if all of it ever will be. We do have the right to know, about our true psychology and human behavior and all of that. But, there's been a lot of experimentation focusing on how we react with this abuse, with this torture, and how that changes us and what that does to us. And it's just all focusing on the negative. And I wonder how much research has been done into who we are and how we are in terms of, when we are not under mind control and not being abused. Who are we then? And obviously they must know quite a bit about that, or they wouldn't be spending so much time focusing on just abusing us and trying to keep us under mind control. And in terms of what I read about, let's say, who we are when we're just free and not controlled and not abused, well, I mean, that involves, reaching, having more activated DNA, ascending, having more powers, I guess, and being able to have more control over manifestation, reality creation, the collective consciousness. And so, there's a lot known about that on that end of the spectrum as well. And it's kind of out there, but again, I'm sure most of it is not. So it'd be interesting to really know who we really are and what we're capable of and what's really happening. Yeah. So anyway, it's just something I was thinking about. And still no help from the abusive homeopath in terms of antidoting the remedy. And allegedly he's away this week, but he isn't. And the person that he left for backup, another homeopath, allegedly doesn't know how to antidote remedies and has never tried it. I just wrote back and I was like, so you're a homeopath and you don't know how to antidote a remedy and you've never tried it. Wow. That was all I said to her. But, I did write to him and I was like, I'm suffering. Like, I don't know why. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't know why no one stands up. Because like I said, I have been straight up with him. Like, I know about this program. I know what's going on, blah, 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 blah. They're trying to get me to react to fight with you. I'm like, I'm not going to fight with you. I've even told him before, like, I don't think that you're the bad guy. I imagine that you're just trapped like so many healthcare practitioners. And I don't know. I mean, I have my moments. Sometimes I'm like, maybe they just don't care. Maybe they really are all evil because, I figured out some supplements, some detox things I had to take. And my naturopath hadn't told me the right things to take. In fact, she told me the wrong things to take. And I basically figured it out on my own. Or at least I think I have figured it out on my own. I've pretty much figured it out on my own. So, I mean, it's one thing to not tell anyone anything, but it's another thing for her to have given me the wrong things. And it's another thing for the homeopath to have given me a remedy that was too strong and to not antidote it. So, I mean, this is like actively trying to hurt me. This is actively trying to hurt me. And it's just not right. And in fact, this remedy that is too strong has hurt me. I mean, yeah, eventually it's going to wear off, or maybe he will antidote it on Monday like he said that he would. We'll see. When he gets back from his vacation that he isn't really on. But, like, it's not right. It's not right, and I shouldn't have to be going through this. And no one should. No TI should. And no one should be suffering, whether you're a TI or not. Like, people shouldn't be suffering. Like, this is not normal. This is not what the status quo should be. This is not normal life. This is not actually reality. This is satanic ritual abuse. Oh, and I mentioned that to the homeopath as well. And this was during the last appointment. So this was like, during a video call, I was like, it's satanic ritual abuse, like I went into the whole thing. He's just like, didn't want to hear it too much, I guess. Or maybe he knows and he just doesn't like to talk about it, or maybe he likes abusing his patients. So I don't know. Are they all evil? I keep thinking in my mind, I keep going back and forth between like, are they evil? Are they not evil? Do they like it? Do they not like it? Do they have any kind of empathy? Do they not? Like, some people just don't give a shit. Some people just don't give a shit. And most of them just seem like they don't give a shit. Maybe none of them give a shit. I like to think maybe some of them give a shit. Maybe some of them care. Not enough to stand up, I guess. And I mean, yeah, you could say, okay, maybe they're trapped. Maybe they're trapped and they're going to lose their license if they don't comply or whatever's going on. But like, in case you're wondering what this is, in case you've noticed this and wonder what this is, I use it to cover my camera. Not that it matters because, they are using remote neural monitoring on me and monitoring my thoughts and know everything I see and think and whatever. So, but it makes me feel better anyway. So I digress. Yeah, I'm like, are they all evil? Maybe all of them are evil. None of them seem to care. Like, I don't know. I like to think maybe some of them care. Maybe some of them give a shit, but still no one's standing up. I mean, I've been sick basically my whole life. I was diagnosed 7 years ago, and I've stood up ever since. And I'm sick again and still being fucking harassed, and I have a disease that could be fatal, right? And, well, it is fatal, actually, in many cases. And the way mine was progressing because of what happened with my teeth, when I started being gang-stalked and I started clenching at night, and it affected my dental nerves and it progressed my disease, it started progressing very, very fast. So if I don't reverse it, I'm screwed, okay? And my healthcare practitioners are not helping me. But as I've mentioned before, like, I know enough that, like, I should be okay, even on my own, even if I end up having to be my own homeopath as well as my own naturopath. Because I have learned a lot in the last 7 years. The hard way, unfortunately. No one should have to go through that. Like, you have to force to learn these things to save your own life because you don't want to die or end up disabled. And I mean, technically, I think I am. They won't give me disability because I'm a TI, but like, if you saw me, maybe you wouldn't know I had MS because I can walk and I can talk and I can see, but like, I've never really been able to hold a job or anything like that. So, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like, no one stands up. No one stands up. Even if they're not all evil, even if some of them don't like that they're in this, they're still not standing up. And I could never do that. Like, I'm trained as a psychotherapist, and I was never able to practice because I was sick. But, like, I could never do that to my patients. And then I'm like, well, maybe, they're just trained, and so they don't care. But, like, when I graduated back in, like, 2009, okay? And all the theories and everything and all the training was still fresh in my head, and I've forgotten a lot now because it's been a while, obviously. 2009 was a while ago. But, like, I remember graduating and feeling like, kind of like a robot in a sense. Like, I could feel and analyze everyone's emotions, and it's just, it just became like I was just trained to do it. I was just very well trained, and so I could feel everything, and I could analyze everything, and I would know what to do to help somebody and how to treat a patient, but, like, it doesn't really get to you because you are trained. And so I'm like, maybe these people are just trained, and so they don't care that they're murdering their own patients or not giving us the proper treatment or whatever the case may be. And, even as well trained as I was, I still wouldn't be able to hurt somebody. It wasn't, I still wanted to just do a good job and do the right thing and follow my training because it was good training, because I was helping people, because, I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't practice, but I did have an internship and, help people in real life that I knew anyway, which really you're not supposed to do, but if it's like a friend or a family member, not that I was performing therapy on them, but, like, sometimes you can say a thing or two that might help them out. I don't know. I mean, even as well trained as I was, like, I was well trained in a good way. I wasn't trained to be hurting people. I was trained to be helping people. And even if I had been trained to be hurting people, I don't think I'd be able to do it because I don't want to hurt anybody. I would never want to hurt my own patient. So I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it, and they don't stand up. And you could say, oh, maybe they're threatened, their license is going to be taken away or whatever. But still, if I'd been able to practice and they were like, oh, we're going to take your license away if you don't do this, like, I mean, how can you hurt somebody? And in my case, they're hurting somebody who has MS. I have one of the worst diseases in the world. I have one of the top 3 most fatal diseases in the world. Okay? Cancer, ALS, and MS, not necessarily in that order, or maybe it is. I don't remember right now off the top of my head. But I have one of the most fatal diseases in the world, and my healthcare practitioners who told me I was going to be okay and who said they would help me are not helping me. And luckily, I know enough that I should be able to be okay anyway, but that's not the point. How are people okay with this? Like, I would never be able to do this to somebody. Even if I hated somebody, I wouldn't do this to them. I would just stay away from them. I mean, I had 2 friends left and they were turned against me. And, like, even if I didn't want to be friends with them anymore, I wouldn't harass them and participate in this gang stalking shit. I just wouldn't talk to them anymore. So, I mean, I don't know if they were threatened or what happened, and maybe someday I'll find out, but anyway, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, I do wonder sometimes, I'm like, are they all evil? Is everyone evil? I'm like, maybe everyone's evil. I don't know. Like, I just don't know what to think sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, no, like, they're trapped. But just a lot of them seem to just enjoy it, a lot of them seem to just get off on it, so I guess it just depends on the person. I don't know, it's just so many people involved in this program, it's just so many. I wonder if it is most people in society, or half, or a quarter, or whatever. I don't know. I had read at one point that it was 10%. Maybe that's right. I don't know. Maybe someday we'll get real statistics. Maybe someday we'll get real information about all of these studies and things that have been done. And maybe someday we'll get real statistics on the TI program / Truman Show / whatever, I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call it. All right. I need to try to relax and sleep. Oh, and here's the other thing. Yeah, it's just a distraction, obviously. You know, they're always trying to like delay us and distract us and frustrate us and make us angry and get us to lash out and blah blah blah. And so I've basically been spending a lot of time researching things that I need to know in order to help myself. And there's a lot more research I could do. And well, actually maybe not that much more left, but anyway, that's not the point. And so I've been spending time with that, you know, I'm distracted having to take care of my health, distracted having to learn about that and deal with that, as opposed to doing the things I wanted to do to work on social media. So you see, like, this is so it kind of pisses me off, because it's like that means that they are like getting their way. It makes me feel like they are winning. But you know, who knows? Maybe it'll backfire. I don't know. I don't know what God has planned for me. You know, my mom keeps telling me, like, you know, God has something, whatever, planned for you. Not everyone has great things planned for them. Some of us are targeted and we die, you know? I don't know. So I hope that, you know, I'll be okay. I mean, I should be, I guess, you know? And, I am upset that you know, this is probably going to be another couple years. From what Nils Melzer said at the UN and from what I see happening in the political sphere, I think that this probably won't be over until maybe the end of next year, so the end of 2023. So that means, so the end of 2023 is like 20 months from now. So let's say it happens, like, my guess is maybe October. I don't know, you know, Red October or whatever. So that's like, what, 18 months from now or something? I don't know. I don't do math. Almost 2 years, you know, 20 months, 20, 18, 18, whatever. It's just still too long, you know. It's been a long time that I've been sick, and it's been a long time now that I've been targeted, and I know for other people it's been longer, and it's just not right. And you know, as some troll parroted back to me today, well, time flies, you know, it'll go by fast, and this too shall pass, and hang in there, and the stupid shit they like to parrot back to me, because I guess it's supposed to make me want to jump off of a cliff or something. Yeah, no, I'm not going to jump off of a cliff because you're an idiot. Like, you're a loser, get a life. So, anyway. Alright. We're at like almost 18 minutes now. I wasn't expecting to make this long of a video, but I guess I had some things to say. I'm gonna try to relax, and I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated. Have a good night.